Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So my name is Carissa. Let's talk about House of the Dragon. But before we do, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing if you want to see more videos from me. And if you get any value out of this video, please consider giving it a like. So House of the Dragon. This is a show that I've been really excited about ever since the Game of Thrones people, creators, powers that be, announced that we are going to be getting some Game of Thrones spin-off shows. The House of the Dragon was definitely the one that I personally was the most excited for. I am really interested in the Targaryen family and the lore of the Targaryens and the civil war that happened between their family, the Dance of the Dragons, which is going to be what this show is about. So look, I've seen a lot of people online on Twitter, because the people on Twitter are always very, very open-minded, agreeable people. Said nobody ever. So the people online are really unhappy with the way that Game of Thrones ended. And you know what? I am one of those people. I agree, it ended very badly. But for those people saying like Daenerys Targaryen turning evil came out of nowhere, I'm like, have you not been paying attention to the show? It was foreshadowed so much in the build-up, even from season 1, that she would eventually go down that road. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Game of Thrones, but I just want to say to those people, just give this show a chance, because even if the destination, even if the ending of Game of Thrones wasn't good, it's about the journey. It's about the amazing episodes that we did have, and we had a lot of amazing episodes. Me personally, I really enjoyed the character of Viserys Targaryen. I know, unpopular opinion, he was a very hated character, but you know what? I found him entertaining, and I really loved the whole storyline with the faceless men training Arya. I can never say her name properly, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you're a fan of the show. We have so many amazing memories from this show, so don't let one bad episode take away all of that. So anyway, let's have a look at some set photos. So we see Game of Thrones fans are getting their first glimpse at the upcoming prequel show House of the Dragon, which takes place 300 years before the main action of the HBO hit. So HBO released 3 official photos from the project online, and I'm thinking they did that because they had a lot of unofficial photos getting released, which I don't think they wanted to get released, and people were saying, oh, this doesn't really look very good, which sort of forced the studio's hand and made them have to release a few photos of their own to sort of say, hey, look, we actually do have a good show. But, you have to consider that these photos, they have to be edited. They have to go through the whole process. I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker, but, they have to go through the process that they go through to take it from the beginning to what we finally see on screen. So I'm not going to judge them too harshly. So in the photo, we see the Crown's Matt Smith and actress Emma D'Arcy? I don't know. Appearing as the royals, Princess Rhaena Targaryen, I'm probably going to completely butcher their names, and Prince Daemon Targaryen, seen with the same white blonde locks Emilia Clarke's character Daenerys Targaryen wore in the original. So a lot of people aren't really happy with the casting. I've seen online a lot of people aren't happy with Matt Smith getting cast as Prince Daemon, and look, I just think that we can't judge too early. We haven't seen his performance yet, and a performance can really transform, well, obviously it can really transform everything. But just based on purely physical appearance, look, I do think he looks obviously a lot like Viserys. And the actor that played Viserys, or was it Harry Lloyd? I don't know if I'm getting his name wrong. but he does look definitely like he could be a relative of him. And he was, well, I'm just gonna say it, I'm a bit of a fangirl. I thought he was a bit of a beautiful man. And Matt Smith, yeah, he doesn't have what is traditionally described in the book as those Targaryen good looks, but I still think he definitely does look like he will do well in this role. So let's look at the second photo. So here we see Olivia Cooke and Rhys Ifans in another shot donning dark green to represent that their house is House Hightower. So I've seen Olivia Cooke in Bates Motel and she did a really good job in that show, so I'm happy with her being cast as Allison Hightower. So she plays Allison Hightower, King Viserys Targaryen's second wife, and Rhys Ifans plays Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King. So I can't say I've seen Rhys Ifans in a lot of things, so I can't really talk about him as an actor. And I don't really know what they're meant to look like. I haven't read the book Fire and Blood, though I really hope I can find the time to do that before the show comes out. I think it'll make it a little easier to understand going into the show because it's a little complicated. The whole Targaryen house history, civil war, because it's not really mentioned a lot in Game of Thrones. It's referenced here and there, but we don't really get a full picture of what actually happens. So I really hope I can read Fire and Blood. I think that will clear a few things up for me. So here in the third photo, we see Steve Torsent. Once again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, wearing white dreadlocks and a sea-weathered stare, while transforming into Lord Corlys Velaryon, also known as the Sea Snake, so he will later become hand to Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. Rhaenyra? Ugh, seriously, these Targaryen names can be hard to pronounce. So, look, like I said, I have not read Fire and Blood. I am not familiar with his character of Lord Corlys Velaryon, so I don't know what he's meant to look like, what his character is really meant to be. I know that he's meant to be someone, I think it's like a sea captain, if I'm remembering correctly, and he's meant to be like the best in all of Westeros. I nearly said all of Middle Earth. I'm getting my fantasy worlds confused, but yeah, so I can't really say a lot about his character, but when I read Fire and Blood, I will know more about him. We can see that they're filming on the beach in Cornwall, England. So it's really interesting to see the behind the footage scenes of them filming, of all the other characters in their silver wigs, what looks like Targaryen children. I think they're at a funeral in this shot. Like I said, House of the Dragon will depict the War of Succession between Daenerys Targaryen's ancestors Rhaenyra and Aegon II, two dragon-wielding heirs to the Iron Throne, in a civil war known as the Dance of the Dragons. So casting began last year and the prequel is due to be released in spring 2022. So let me know what you guys think of the photos. Are you excited for this show? Even if you were one of those people who thought Game of Thrones ended so badly, are you going to give this a chance? So yeah, if you could like, subscribe, do all that normal YouTube stuff, that would be great. Thanks, guys.